Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Entertainment Review here on Metro Television. And trust me, if you just tuned in, you haven't missed so much. We're just getting the conversation started here. Well, this have to do, like I heard to mention, we want to look at how digital media has improved our creative arts industry, the impact of it. And of course, we've got an expert in the house to help us with this discussion. He goes by name Solomon Appiah-Sane. He's a software engineer, and he's been doing lots of work when it comes to social media and all of those things for our celebrities, all your favorites people. And today, he helps us understand the metrics when it comes to music, the movies, how an artist knows that he has got the numbers. And really, if the artists have the numbers, and sometimes we talked about some YouTube numbers that were purported to be fake. Yes, we'll get to talk about that. Solomon, thank you for joining us. Appiah-Sane.
Yeah.
Which sign? Dollar sign?
Any sign, any good sign.
Any good sign.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, first off, let's just break it down and talk digital media. What is that?
Okay, so first off, I want to say a lovely afternoon to your viewers. And usually when I have to explain stuff, I don't want to do the book level. So I take it out of the books. Let's use a common man approach, like a regular guy understanding what digital means. Before digital, there should be analog. Otherwise, digital won't be digital.
Okay.
So whatever we do or whatever has been digitalized, initially was something we already do manually. So to attach digital to anything means we are now putting some form of computerization or automation somewhere.
Okay.
So digital media, to wrap it all up and make it very simple, is the usual stuff we do, like reading of newspapers initially, tuning into our radios manually, now being done with smartphones, platforms like the Facebook, websites. They are the same thing that we were doing initially with our newsletters or newspapers, but now they've been, there's some flavor of computer somewhere that is automating stuff, also making it available to a wider audience, and making it easy to change stuff. For instance, initially, if you publish, it means if Yawade somewhere in that. Yeah. But now you can pull down, edit, and update again. So digital media is just what we do now, as in what we do initially, that we are now attaching some flavor of computer or automations to them. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to understand. Yeah. Now, coming into our industry, when did we start, or when do you think that our industry started employing the use of digital media as part of the creative art space?
This question, because I don't even feel we've...
that we have?
Yeah.
You don't think we have?
I don't think so.
Wow.
We're not there yet.
We are not at all. And before I even come to that, the reason I'm saying we are not there is before you want to do digital, it means there's been the need for you to switch.
Yeah.
There should be something that should make us feel like it's the time. Now, why would you switch? It should be based on indicators that are telling you that, oh, now there are more people doing this than that. So if I want to grab these people, then I want to switch to that. Let's take our internet penetration as the main way of measuring if we are ready. The last census says we are about 32 million or so, and 50% of us have access to internet. Yeah, so that's half of the population. Now, if we want to consider the cost of data, then also consider the type of devices that these people are using on certain platforms. It will tell you that really...
You're not there?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good sign for us to start employing some of these ways or the digital ways of doing stuff. But if you ask me when and do I think we started, we are still starting. We haven't really started. So it's now. We are starting. Yeah.
But what do you make of all the things we are using, the phones, the streaming platforms, all of those things?
Because it's happening. It looks like it's happening.
Yeah, it looks like
working.
It looks like, because if you ask those who see the numbers, right, you realize most of the engagement, when I say engagement, when you post and you publish stuff and people are liking, commenting, if you have a broad base where you have a lot of followers from other parts of the world, you realize they engage more than those here.
Yes.
Not that we don't like it. They don't have the means. Because even if I do, then I want to be strategic about how I use it. So even the cost of using some of these platforms, we think is free, it's not.
If you say they engage more than us, what does that mean?
Yeah, I said engagement in this case is them liking,
Okay.
retweeting, commenting,
Sharing and all that.
sharing. That's engagement. When you post and it tells you the reach is maybe 10,000 people, it doesn't really mean they are interested in what they have seen. Okay. They might have just seen it and just moved to the next thing. But when they interact with it, when they click on a like button, when they click on a share, when they repost, that is when they are interested in really what you are doing. So when you see people doing that, it tells you, yeah, you're on something.
Engagement,
Yeah.
so.
So if you have access to numbers to see geographically where these people are coming from, sometimes you realize there are some strange places you don't even expect to have audience there, and that's where they are coming from.
Yeah.
And even that too said, it brings me to another part of this thing where I sometimes doubt the numbers I see.
Okay.
Yes,
Same.
because of what I am able to do
Right.
on these
Okay.
platforms.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like a whole lot of stuff moving, like a lot of moving stuff here and there. Yeah. So, yeah, we are trying. Yeah, we are trying.
Okay.
Another twist to that again is how these platforms reward content creators.
Okay.
Okay.
As in when you advertise,
Yeah.
or when they advertise on your content, or they place adverts on your content, they pay people from specific locations more than other locations. For instance, if I'm viewing from Ghana, and someone is viewing from maybe the US or the UK, those who interact with your content from that part of the world, they reward you more than those who come from this part. And the reason is simply because they have high chances of really being converted to, let's say, paying or subscribers. They will use what they see.
Okay.
Some of the things you see, like, they don't really solve our problems here. So you just watch them or you skip. But those that are coming from there, they've grown. They've been in this space for a while. So usually they interact more and they are even able to be converted from just viewers to actual users of those services that they advertise. So based on that, if you have audience that are coming from that part of the world, you are rewarded more than those who get viewers from this part of the world.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
let me take you back to the engagement.
Yeah.
Break it down for us, the demographic.
Yeah.
How maybe an artist in Ghana here posts a song on his digital platform, and then Ghana, somewhere in Kenya, South Africa, is able to get it, or let's say put something on social media, and then when he gets the opportunity to check where people are viewing his stuff, he realizes that, okay, most Ghanaians are not even watching it.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So one of the ways is hashtagging, right? We don't use that thing the way we are supposed to use it.
Okay.
The other thing too is keywords. So I spoke to one blogger sometime, and he was asking how he could increase traffic on his website. Don't just go and post things because those things are what's happening here. You also look at what is happening there. So I can go into the analytics and ask what are the things people in Kenya are looking for. What's trending in Kenya right now? So if I start writing or doing things that are close to that, you end up falling within what they are searching for. So I'm in Kenya, maybe there's something going on and the hashtag is maybe entertainment review. And now I'm also posting something Ghana related, and I put that hashtag there. It adds up to the volumes of post or content that is making that particular thing trend. So if someone should be looking for things that are trending in their space, you end up there. So sometimes it's strategic. You do it intentionally.
Intentionally.
Yeah, so you have to learn, like research, look for keywords. What are people in these particular areas looking for? Then you put some of these keywords, not even in the title. You can even put them in the content. Because when you publish, web sites like Google search engine and all of that, they have these robots they call spiders,
Okay.
and they crawl, like they walk around the internet and look for content. So let's say if I have a website called appiassign.com, I'm a blogger and I put stuff there. Whenever I publish, these robots go around particular times of the day and look for keywords in there.
Okay.
They don't pick everything. Keywords, so they shouldn't, they're not supposed to be complete sentences, but phrases or words that are occurring frequently in what you have written. Then they index that. This is why when you search, it's able to give you results fast.
Right. Right.
It doesn't go and search when you are typing. It has already gone to pull the results and is keeping them somewhere. So when you search,
You don't even have to finish the sentence.
then
and
it
it comes
knows
up.
what you
Yeah.
are looking
Okay.
for. Yeah. So if you want to fall within this top results, you want to be on the first pages and all, then you have to, as the content creator with your own platform like a blogger, you have to index properly. You have to make sure these robots understand where to find what they are looking for, and also use keywords in what you write. Sometimes it shouldn't really be related, but just put the words in there. Someone will read and they will feel like they are interested and they continue. Even if you ask yourself, there's been times you go searching for A and you see B and you start chasing B. Meanwhile, that wasn't
Yeah.
what you were looking
wasn't
for.
it.
Yeah.
This hashtags, does it apply to all social media platforms? I'm asking because, especially for TikTok, sometimes you can use all the hashtags for you page, TikTok Ghana, and still you're not going to get the views. But when you don't write anything, you just post the video just like that, you get lots of views. What causes that?
Okay, so with that, honestly, I can't really tell why if you add hashtags sometimes it doesn't really work. But what I would rather say is it's a pool or a very big pool of content, right? People are releasing stuff like every second. So you are battling for space, right? And these things are also done based on recommendation. Sometimes the reason why you watch one video and the next one is recommended is because someone like you watched that video and they watched the second one that has been recommended to you. There are 2 or 3 ways of doing these recommendations. Some are algorithm-based, which means the computer is allowed to learn and decide. And this is done through machine learning and artificial intelligence, like human beings. Not everything that you know now, you were sat down with a pen and paper and thought. Sometimes you use common sense.
Yeah.
Because you've learned how things work this way. And based on data, based on what you know happened to people, you will not allow the same thing happen to you. So you advise yourself when you see signals that will put you in danger. The same approach is what machine learning and AI is using, so that computers can also learn on their own. We don't have to tell them everything. So based on these metrics, they are able to look at, okay, so this madam is Ghanaian, maybe from Koforidua, lives here, this level of education. That's why they want to know your friends and recommend friends. So they use all of these things to profile you. Now, she goes to, say, YouTube, watches a video there, and after that, she moves to another content. Now, if you are like her, as in you have similar characteristics like geographical location, similar interests and all, if she likes A and voluntarily goes to like B, it's possible if you come and view A, you may like B. So they will recommend the B for you. Now, this is where it gets dangerous. With these automatic recommendations, there's something called skip-through rate. And skip-through rate happens within the first 30 seconds. If there's a recommendation that hits you, and after the first or before the first 30 seconds you skip, the assumption is that you don't like it. So now, this same guy who recommended without you asking starts paying attention to the first thing that came in before the recommendation.
Okay.
And the next thing that will come in after the recommendation. If you keep skipping, it's going to vote down this content.
Okay.
So maybe you are saying, like you said, you are using all the hashtags. You are even promoting your content. But the first 2-3 people didn't like it. Yes. They want to increase the time people spend on their platform.
Okay.
That is how they make money. So if your content is going to make them leave, Why should they promote it?
Okay, so
Okay.
she talking about TikTok
Yeah.
and videos using certain hashtags and all.
Right.
When you make a video, do the sounds that you put in there, how big is the contribution of certain sounds that you choose to put behind your videos that you post on there, Instagram, TikTok? Because I think that also plays a role, but then to
Yeah.
what extent?
Right. So some of these platforms use what we call acoustic fingerprinting. So what that does is, like Shazam, it can just listen to a song and tell you
Yeah.
stuff about the song, right? So what that means is if a song is trending, you don't really have to know the song's title. If you have a bite of that audio,
Yeah.
it can match it to that actual song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, I have a song right now and that song is becoming huge, and you want to post, and you choose that song, and TikTok is recommending based on shots that people have done or posts that people have done with that song, it can recommend yours after it has done its own recommendation. So yeah, it boils down to the trend, like
Yeah.
looking at what is happening at any point in time and just tapping into it. That's all.
Okay. Now, one of the things that have come up is streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Do Ghanaians stream on these platforms?
Okay, so this thing, I've said it somewhere before that I think some months ago, I can't remember if it was this year, but there was a chat that was saying that we were doing a lot of Nigerian songs here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said on that platform that it's foreigners and Ghanaians that are streaming Nigerian songs. This is how the system works when it comes to such form of data. When you are collecting, or when they are collecting, I can be an American.
Okay.
Today, I'm in Ghana. For now, I'm a Ghanaian. To the system.
To the system.
Correct. So I can be doing a lot of Drakes, Jay-Z's, Kendrick Lamar, and I come here, and I'm still doing them. Then Ghanaians are streaming Jay-Z song. That's what it's going to say.
Oh, okay.
Get it? So based on location, and it uses something called the IP address, which allows you to tell the location
Yeah,
of
the
where
location where
the
you
client
are.
is coming
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Right? So even now, there's more precise ways of measuring your location, which is using the GPS. So if you are there and you always leave that location thing on, it's picking data and like telling them where you are. So this is how they can tell that this person is streaming from here. So I don't want to believe, until someone proves me wrong, I don't want to believe that Ghanaians are streaming foreign content. Foreigners in Ghana are streaming
the ones
foreign content.
Are the
Streaming
ones
the-
streaming.
The,
Okay.
the foreign content.
Okay.
Because data is expensive. People complain. Right. There has been ways to reduce the consumption by allowing you to have an offline version of the songs.
Yeah.
So the Deezers, Spotify's, and the rest can allow you to download it, then go offline and you're streaming or you're listening. However, whatever you listen to, there's something called a cache, which is like a temporal storage that holds it in your phone and waits for internet connection and sends it. So you can listen offline, even switch devices, and it can tell you what you were listening to on the previous device. Yeah, so to answer your question,
You don't think Ghanaians...
no.
Really?
Because even look at the artist. I become very surprised and disappointed when I see them releasing links to download for free. Right?
They still do that?
They are still
They still do
promoting.
that.
Yeah, they are still
Yeah,
promoting some of these things. So why should I stream? Like that's the question. It's insulting to me if I'm subscribing and someone gets it for free.
True.
Yeah. So until some of these things stop, no one will tell me that Ghanaians are streaming. Like,
But at the end of the day, it looks like if they don't do things that way, their music is not going to be heard. If they are making it available for free, easily accessible,
yes.
if that's how I should put it.
So that could be true, but he or she invested in that piece, right? Unless they are doing it for free. But if you hope to get your
Recoup some money,
investment back, why release it for free? So what happens if there's no show?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where when the COVID thing happened, people started complaining because
Yeah.
we have built our industry like on physical stuff. Like things have to be like this for us to like move.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't going that way anymore, we started complaining. But if I'm not allowed to walk about, I can't go to work like I used to, and I'm home. Check what happened to Netflix around the COVID season.
Yeah.
They were
Shut
making
up.
a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
So if I have content there, that was when I'll be like raking in more.
More money.
Yeah, but here you talk.
How's the money thing calculated? Yeah, yes, I was listening to Kiddy. Kiddy says his Stature song, the money he received from that song, no artist in Ghana, he stands to be corrected, but he believes no artist in Ghana has ever rigged in streaming money like that. How is that calculated?
So it's very, very small.
Eh?
I don't want to misinform, but it's some of the it depends on the platform.
Okay.
But I think Spotify is doing around a cent or so for 50 streams or so.
A cent.
Yeah.
A cent
for
for
50.
50
Yeah,
streams.
I have to confirm. Yeah, but you have to have
A lot of-
very huge
a lot
numbers
of numbers.
to like make significant like money from
Is,
it.
a
is that why
billion.
they buy? Is that why they buy the streams?
You are wasting your time if you buy streams.
You're
Like,
wasting your time.
Yeah. So then it's like fetching water into a basket. You want to make money and you are going to buy your own stuff. That's what you are doing. Like
But they are doing it.
They are.
Streams.
No, but then I think the system.
I think it's the likes thing that I know people do a lot. As in to have their post record a lot of likes. If you like one of these days, give me time. I'll bring my machine here. Live. You will see what will happen. You don't know who is liking it, but the likes will be just going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially about
I won't promote it too. I'm not paying. Yes, you will see. Like within some
Wow.
short time.
and even
it-
talking
it's
about
going to
how
increase.
the way we are live now, and then we can manipulate the views, that it will look like 50,000
There are
people
a lot of views.
are watching us now. Meanwhile, it's just like hundred
few.
of people. How do they do that?
Like I said, one of these days, when I'm afraid I will spoil. That's
Okay,
the problem.
okay.
But I want to. I've said this. I think this is the third place I'm saying this.
Right.
I'm getting to the point where I'll do a demo live. I'll do it. Mention my page. Just go there. I'll post something right now. And by the time we finish the show, you'll see what will happen. And you see, some months ago when Elon Musk expressed interest in Twitter,
Yeah.
at that time they were saying, yo, there's about some 5% spam accounts or robots in there. But he later said he feels, or they are saying it's around 20%, right? This means not every account you see is a real one.
An actual, yeah.
Yes. So when we also base our success so much on those numbers, it gets troublesome. That is why someone will have about 1 million and over followers and have a meet and greet event and no one showed up.
I saw that particular one.
I wasn't surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm just telling you, like, some of these things are manipulated. They are not
They're
real.
manipulated.
Yes. So, like, when I see verified accounts, I feel somewhat comfortable a little.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So with the verified, you cannot be doing those things. You cannot
Not
manipulate.
you,
Okay.
not doing that. But if I'm talking to someone
be able to
whose
do it.
account is verified, then I know you. Like, I'm talking to a human being.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. I
still,
get that.
Okay.
Yeah, still, on the whole money, how they get their monies and all. I've been wondering, TikTok now, it started off as a social media platform where you just post videos of you doing something. Then now, all of a sudden, we hear that you can make money on there.
Yeah.
And it's shocking. Even on Facebook, I hear
Yeah,
that
people make
Yeah.
money.
people make money on there. I mean, how is that possible?
Yeah, so like I told you, these platforms want to keep people there. Like they want to keep you there. The longer you stay, the more money they make. You see, whenever a system is free, you are the product. There's nothing free. Facebook started free.
Yes.
Now Facebook is running ads.
Yeah.
You are the bait. They are telling people they have these millions of users, so they can come and put their ads there. So you are the reason why Facebook is successful right now. Yeah. So every platform that starts free, just note that you the user that is enjoying that service for free is the product. Like you are the product. You are what they are selling. Yeah. So to answer your question, how they pay is the ads they run, right?
Okay.
Let's use YouTube for instance. Facebook you mentioned. So you are forced to watch some section of the ad before you can
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can skip.
Yeah.
So these content creators or the owners get paid for allowing them to place the ads
Ads
on there. Yeah.
So if you just tune in, you're still watching Entertainment Review here on Metro Television. We're talking digital media and the creative arts industry in Ghana. And Solomon Appiah-Asane is our guest, giving us all the analysis, the things that we need to know about digital media. YouTube, in recent times, from last year, we've had, now the cap for Ghanaian artists view on YouTube is just like 1 million. You need to hit 1 million.
Yeah.
We've had that for a couple of times.
Yeah.
Do you think it is like genuine growth of our music, or our artists, some of them are just manipulating the views? I remember the issue about Stone Boy, that
Vic
somewhere in
Mensa.
India, that's where the views were coming from.
So in cases where I don't have concrete evidence,
Okay.
I won't say much.
Okay.
But what I'll say is most of them are cool, are correct. For instance, you asked me a question about Kiddy saying the money he's got.
Yeah. Touch it.
I want to believe that. Yeah. Some months ago, I was on another platform. I told them, to me, the top 3 artists that we mention here are not the top 3 artists that I see.
Which top 3 artists are you talking
I
about?
won't mention the top 3 right now. But
Is it the SSS?
But in the top 3 that I mentioned, Kiddy was number 1 for me at that time. And it was because of the numbers I saw that he was driving. We Touch It alone. Even before he released Golden Boy, the album. Yeah. So if Kiddy says he's made that, I want to believe.
So who will be the
someone-
other 4 if you want to mention your top 5 artists who are
5.
very, successful using
I
digital
won't
media?
mention all,
Yeah.
but I'll just say we should pay attention to King Promise. That guy has numbers.
Genuine numbers.
Genuine
That guy
numbers.
has numbers. King Promise. Kiddy King Promise.
What about Kwame Eugene?
He's trying.
Oh, the SS. You have Shutterstone.
Their
Saturday.
bosses,
Saturday.
their
Yep.
bosses, so they should continue. Yeah, they are trying. They're also doing well. But me, I'm saying Kiddy is doing very well, and Ghana should pay attention to King Promise. No one has paid me. I haven't even met them before. Yeah.
Okay, so there are some times that you are there. I don't know if you guys have experienced it before. You will see that somebody has texted you or has DM'd you on Instagram, telling you that, I can increase your following,
Yeah.
and then all
Yeah.
that. In relation to celebrities, our very own celebrities, do you have instances where some come to you, or music artists, some of your music people come to you and go like, oh, just to create the impression that, I'm getting there, or I'm
Yeah.
already there, or something, come to you to say that?
I don't expose
something
myself
about it.
to. I don't expose myself to those type of deals.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So I won't even listen.
But they do come.
Like you won't tell me. I won't be available. So no one has told me that before. I won't even listen to those kind of
Really?
conversations. Yeah. So I can't single out any particular instance where someone
Has
asked
come
me,
to-
a big name asked me to do that. Yeah. Like I don't. Those things are too easy. Like yeah, and you guys should pay attention to this when you look at pick one of the top, or let's say 3 top content creators in Ghana, and look at their subscribers,
Okay.
and averagely look at within the first 2 to let's say 3, let's say 5 days of their post, the number of views they get. They hardly get even half of the subscribers they have.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it there.
But is it really a case? Isn't it just, people have subscribed, but maybe they haven't watched
haven't
it?
seen
It means the way we are acquiring or getting these subscribers is wrong.
It's wrong.
You see, when I watch programs and the content owners are kind of begging for subscribers, I don't understand. And that is, it will affect
Hi
your
guys,
numbers.
hit my
Yeah,
subscription.
subscription.
Yeah. So I sometimes even ask myself if those that are subscribing understand what they are doing. Because you get notifications that there are new content and they don't even
Open.
open to. So it affects your numbers, which means your engagement is not proper.
Right.
If you can release and like you are getting less than 10% of your subscriber base and all, it's not proper. So maybe you want to go organically, where you will want to do things that they like, they hear, they find you, and subscribe.
Okay.
So
Talking
is
about
it that those subscribers that they get, or they possibly buy, are robots or not actual subscribers or accounts?
Yeah, so for some platforms that I can show, as in I can let things happen. I know there are likes and like those things happen where I don't even, if I do it, I don't even know who is making the
Behind
numbers
that,
change. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
our top SS.
yeah.
Do you think that they also try these bots?
I don't know. But,
No, but
it's open
you
to
didn't
everybody.
want to talk much about Sarkodie, Stone Boy,
Yeah,
Shatawale,
correct.
and all that.
The reason I don't want to do that is because I believe and I respect the reputation they have built over the years, and I won't sit here and play with them at
Right.
all. Yeah.
Now let's talk about a young artist coming up who maybe one or two sharing of his video, he's getting the fame. Let me use Last Minute.
Okay.
And let's say he wants to continue with getting more views, sharing of his stuff. How does he go about it? Especially if he doesn't know much about digital media. How does he go about it?
So usually, every post or content you release and the number of people that engage, you don't get the same people coming back again. So what I mean is, I release a song and I have about 100 people streaming. If I release another, you usually get about 10% of those 100 coming back. The reason being that not all of them liked what they heard. So there's just a fraction of them that will fall in love with what you are doing and come. So when these people come, you want to then look at the traces of what they've been up to, like which other things are they interested in, or which other artists. That is where collaboration comes in. So you collaborate with an artist, usually you share their fan base. Because if you go onto some platforms, you realize, which is even another big problem, you realize you go, let's say, let me use Shatawale for instance. Some streaming platforms are saying Shatawale is similar to Beyonce simply because they collaborated, right? And in cases like this, it will not be a plus for you, because it means if I like the type of song, the songs Beyonce does, they are very, very different from what Shatawale does.
Right.
So if I go in there and it tells me, oh, Shatta today, then I jump in and I start. And I keep skipping. I mentioned the 30, the skip through rate, which is the first 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Then these songs are now getting downvoted simply because someone's algorithm is not working well. So it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly what an artist should do to get the numbers. So it's up to you to look at what happens to every content you release, then building on the positive sides of that. Like looking at where your streamers are coming from, what type of songs do they like, then do stuff like that. If you pay attention, I think I'm seeing more, or I think recently there's a song by Kwame Eugene which has a lot of pidgin English and not his usual tree.
Take away.
Yeah, man. That is not something he's just playing with. I feel is a decision they have decided to.
Intentional, yeah.
Yes. So we shouldn't just be musicians and feel like it's a passion I want. No.
Okay.
To be deliberate about it.
Yeah, look at the numbers. Where are your guys coming from? Even when you perform, like what's influencing the songs you choose
Okay.
to perform?
Okay.
And when
Yeah.
you are performing, how are your people like,
Responding to it.
responding
Yeah.
to the performance? Some years back, I had a system that was able to go around and tell which songs are playing on radio and TV in real time across the world. We were able to identify songs that were making waves in certain areas and advise artists to perform these songs if they have shows there.
Okay.
It will amaze you that some of these songs were not favorite songs of the artist.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't feel like because, I like track
You
A
like
and
it,
track
so
B,
that's why you go
wherever I go,
performing.
I'm performing that.
Okay,
yeah.
we've got to go for.
Yeah, we have to
a
go
break.
for a quick break.
Right.
So do not change your channel. There's more to talk about this whole topic. Do stay.
Welcome back. We've got a few minutes to wrap up on the show, and Solomon is still here. Solomon, want to understand how artists can know where their streamers are from, so that they can increase their product towards that side and make more money from that, because in the end it's all about money. And also you could add, if our artists are being sensitive to what digital media does to their work, do you think that they are? If they aren't, what should they be doing?
Okay, so the first one is where the streamers are coming
Yeah.
from, right? So what they should do is make use of their fan base. Like you see big names with a lot of
Yeah.
followers, and it's just that, like going on Facebook Live and stuff, and it stops there. No, this if someone is using these platforms, then it means they are potential streamers, because you need to have stable internet, a smart device to be using these services, right? So if I can have you as a fan on Facebook, I should have in my mind that in some months to come, some weeks to come, I'm converting you to a streamer, which is where I'm going to make money from your streams. So they should have plans of getting them to stop downloading songs for free, stop posting. I don't want to mention platforms, but those free downloads.
Free
yeah,
downloads.
Free
They should
downloads.
stop. I don't even see why it should even happen. Like,
What about our very own
yes.
Boom Play?
Yeah, Boomplay
is a
is doing
streaming
well.
site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very correct. So it's an example of one of the platforms they could use. There's Spotify, there's Deezer, there's Apple Music. They should have plans of changing their fan base from getting songs for free to paying for them. The funny part is, most, or should I say, top guys that have advised me on how to run businesses will tell you, if you know you are going to charge for that service, charge from day one. Don't even do free trial. Because when you train them to get it for free, when it happens that these songs are not coming for free, they'll start complaining.
Okay.
Because they've been getting it for free.
Yeah.
So if you know from the start, I want to make money off this, rather reduce the price and increase it with time than coming free from the start, then later slapping them with
Yeah.
charges. It becomes so sudden a change for them, and they start complaining. And the funny part is, you see, sometimes these things we have done to people, and they'll come back biting us. Let's say Madam is an A-list artist now. She's rocking all the shows.
Yeah.
And I can't get her songs for free anymore. So I'm complaining. I'm an artist, I want to be like Madam. Because people want music. Anytime there's demand, but they don't want to pay, then I would now be the savior where I'll come with the free options again.
free-
Yeah.
So they stop,
Listening to it.
Yeah.
then they come
But-
to me.
You know?
So my fan base, suddenly na ekoso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when you start also realizing
Bringing
that
in, like you want to rake in the money.
someone will also come and do what you did to her to you, by also giving them that free
Yeah,
option again.
yeah.
So
But there are some apps, sorry to cut you, but there are some apps that even if your music is not for free, there are some apps that you can get them for free. How do you prevent such apps from getting, access to your music?
yeah, so our advice they stick to the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what these apps do is they encrypt the audio. So you realize, even if you go into your music files, you don't see the songs in your Boomplay there. You don't see
You
your
don't
song-
see them.
You don't see them there unless you jump back into the application. So it addresses one of the biggest issues we have in the entertainment space, which is piracy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
True.
You sometimes walk in traffic and you see people selling pen drives with
Yeah.
songs in
Yeah.
there. And I wonder, yo,
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Man. So they do this, and it's because you have leaked it yourself,
Leave the-
or
Exactly.
have given it to someone, and they are like sending it around.
Okay.
So you want to stop this at all. Like when you even want to do a pre-release, you can have temporal links that are still streaming links, but it's not open to the public.
Okay. Are artists taking digital media serious? Do you think that they have a team, like a team of digital experts that should be doing these things? You see
Okay,
them do
so there's this saying that Unko Obiefo that also a farmer of the year, right? Since I not go there, dear, I can't tell how well the team is. Yeah, so it will be difficult to say they don't have. It will be difficult to say they have. And if we go back to how I started, where I said, generally, our population, cost of living and the services that are run here, which are very poor, it discourages people from using some of these platforms.
Yeah.
that? Okay.
So it's not solely the artist's fault that they are not recording a lot of streams from here. It's a lot of things that are not working,
Yeah.
which they are also part. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we need to wrap
I
up.
was going to ask a last one. Should artists be replying messages themselves, or they should allow people to reply for them?
Correct. So about that, there's something called, I've forgotten the term, but it describes the number of people that have access to a page to manage. And I was doing the analysis for top Nigerian artists and top Ghanaian artists. I'm going to use one here because of time. I picked Burna Boy, and Burna Boy alone had over 100 people managing only his Facebook.
You don't say.
Yes, and these people are dotted around the world with very few of them here. What that means is he knows he doesn't have to do too much here because this is where he's coming from. So in the Canada, the States, and all of that, that's where you have large volumes of his managers sitting, and they are managing stuff and also
Wow.
like updating stuff. PR plays a vital role in how well your song flies. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, please, before we go, can we clear? I want you to help me clear this mentality that I've had for a very long time, which is when you're downloading music, let's say you're on Boomplay, and then you want to download a particular music, it gives you instant sessions. You have standard, you have VIP, and then you see the number of megabytes on there.
Yeah.
The perception that I've had for a very long time is, okay, maybe when you download, it would take that much space on your phone, which is the MB on there.
Yeah.
And then it also converts into money.
Okay, so what you are saying has to do with the audio quality.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these platforms allows you to choose what you want to download or stream.
Yeah.
And what it means is, like you're saying, it will take more space.
Yeah.
And if you are streaming it, it's going to take more bandwidth.
Yes,
So if your
yes.
internet is slow,
Okay.
We,
then
we,
you have
we really need to
buffering
wrap up.
issues.
Yeah.
Yes. It's unfortunate that we have to wrap up. I know the conversation is getting interesting, but we have been talking to Solomon Appiah-San, and he's been helping us understand our digital space. I have been doing the show with Desi and Esiedia Akomia.
Today's my brother's birthday. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
wish
Enoch
him a happy
Kidan. So,
birthday before we
happy
leave.
birthday to you.
So do have a great day and enjoy the rest of our programs. Newsflash is up next. Do stay tuned for that one.